All right, guys. So here we go. What people was talking about, which my thing is just the same old stew from Bernie. Like Bernie says the same thing. I think now, as somebody that doesn't like Bernie anymore, you go numb to it. Like, oh, Bernie did a town hall. Oh, he did that before. Like same Bernie that said that um Trump negotiated peace between Russia and Ukraine was the worst moment in American history. Oh, that Bernie, the same Bernie that's doing this performative tour around the country to these red areas, saying that the oligarchy, the Republican oligarchy is bad, but not calling out the Democratic oligarchy. Like both of these parties have the same donors, bro. Like if you're not, my thing is, if you're not gonna call out the Democrats besides the Republicans, then you just wasting people's time. Like I don't give a fuck if Bernie's selling out. Like I don't give a fuck. Like it's just another tool to sheep herd people back into the Democratic Party. But anyway, on this video, what's on this video right here is Bernie was talking about healthcare on his town hall on CNN, and Anderson Cooper was, typical Anderson Cooper. Somebody probably, he got a earpiece in his ear like everybody do that works in these things, and basically told him let's move on. But Bernie cut him off at the ham right there, because CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, they don't like they. The problem with them is like United Healthcare, Aetna, all these healthcare companies run ads on their fucking on their network. So I mean, like, so they can't talk about healthcare for all or problems with healthcare, right? So I'm gonna play it and give my thoughts on it.
Raise your hand if you think the American healthcare system is working well. And how many people are raising their hands?
None.
Raise your hand if you think the American healthcare system is broken. Raise your hand.
Majority, everyone.
Not a majority, virtually everybody in the room. Yeah.
Like Anderson Cooper said, majority, because Anderson Cooper, he plays a part. He's an actor. He plays a part. Majority of people say, the healthcare system sucks. So when I could see in that audience, and I like how the camera, they didn't have it like panned up, where they had it panned in front of a few people that raised their hand up. Like, they do slick stuff like that. Yeah, like the Luigi Mangione situation opened up a lot of people's eyes. Like people probably was thinking this in their head, like, damn, this shit's fucked up. But then they hear that what Luigi did, to Brian Thompson, and people really was more out with it. That's why that's why platforms like CNN don't want to talk about it, because it's too popular. Like healthcare, like for-profit healthcare is not popular. People hate it. So yeah.
I can see behind that guy.
And that is, all right, question again. How many nations, wealthy nations in the world, do not guarantee health care to all people as a human right? Anybody know the answer? Which country? All right. Now, you're not going to hear much about that on corporate television. You're not going to hear much about that in the United States Congress. We're the only major country on earth that doesn't guarantee health care to all people. 85 million of us are uninsured or underinsured.
See, it's the same soliloquy. We know Bernie. We know Bernie. We know that the people in the audience know, man. We know. We get it. A lot of people don't have insurance. A lot of people underinsured. We know. But the problem is that you left your movement. Like, you had so many people that donated to you, that phone bank for you, that knocked on doors for you. You let them people down, man. Like, and then you got, one thing crazy about I ain't gonna talk about him in this video, but like, yeah, we know though, but wait, the part this gets interesting as it goes on. Like, watch what happens.
60,000 die each year because we can't get to a doctor on time. That's the bad news. You know what the good news is?
We know.
The insurance companies are making tens of billions of dollars every year denying
We
you
know.
coverage. The drug companies charge us the highest prices.
We know. Jesus. You, this man been saying this shit for the last 10 years, bro. That's one thing that, and people still cape for this guy. Like, they get mad at people like me because I call out him and ALC's little oligarchy tour. Oh, like, that's gonna make a difference. Oh God.
In the world for prescription drugs. So how does it happen that in the wealthiest country in the history of the world, we're spending twice as much per capita as the people in other countries, and yet we have one of the worst outcomes, healthcare outcomes, of any country on earth? And it gets back to money in politics and the domination of big money, in this case, insurance companies, drug companies, over the Republican and Democratic.
I want to try to get some more of our audience questions. Joel,
I know you do, but I want
And Bernie cut him off. Bernie said, "Oh, hold on there, hold on now, Bernie Sanders. I got to give him most statistics because that's all I can do. I can't, I can't go against my own party. Even though I'm supposed to be an independent, I coalesce with the Democrats." Oh, of course, there's somebody probably told Anderson Cooper, "Hey, cut this shit off. Cut this shit off, bro. No one want to hear this shit." Like, no. They definitely told Anderson Cooper in his headset, but deeply.
to talk about.
I know.
No, I want to. Sometimes
I like Anderson Cooper. Like, I know.
These issues about healthcare, about income and wealth inequality are not talked about in the corporate media, and it's time that we did talk about them.
You know why it's not talked about, Bernie? Because the advertisers don't want them to talk about it. The advertisers control what these people say, bro. The State Department controls what these people say. Like, you can say the same thing about Israel Palestine. I mean, the Palestine issue. They don't want to talk about what Israel's committing as genocide. They don't say that on corporate media. When they do talk about the situation, they bring up Hamas. It's Hamas. And these are the same media that said that Hamas raped children, not raped women and beheaded babies and all that stuff. Like, yeah, this is trustworthy. Corporate media is so trustworthy. What I mean? Yeah, it's so trustworthy, but God. Oh God, yeah. So yeah, you can say that all you want to, Bertie, but they're not gonna talk about it. They don't give a fuck. They don't care. Oh God, they serve people that pays their bills each month. They'll serve the people. Like, that was the purpose of the press, the media. It's supposed to tell people the truth. But the sad thing is, you have to go to a little irrelevant channel on YouTube called the ATP Network to hear the truth from a black guy that has autism. Come on, man! Like, it's a new low. It's a new low with the media. The media have failed the people, and that's why people don't have trust in the media either. It's pretty low. But back to this shit.
That's why the question a moment ago, why are people losing faith in the American system? We don't talk about it on CNN. We don't talk about it in Congress. It's because they understand that a handful of billionaires exert enormous influence. And that has got to change.
We know.
So when I'm running around the country with Alexandria and other people, what we are trying to do is demand that working class people begin to stand up and fight for their rights. There is no reason we should be the only major country not to have health care, not to have paid family and medical leave, et cetera, why we have the highest rate of childhood poverty almost any major country. 22% of our seniors living on $15,000 a year. Anybody here think that makes sense?
Same old Bernie, man. Never gets old. Never gets old.
All right, it doesn't. But you got to get CNN to talk about these issues. You got to get your members of Congress to talk about these issues.
We're literally talking about it right now.
Yeah, but I'm forcing you to talk about it, Anderson.
This is Joe.
I'm forcing you to talk about it, Anderson. I could tell he kind of like pissed him off, but I know he look at him, look how he looking. Yeah, like, oh shit, man. Yeah, they got this 80-year-old man going around the country. This man should be retired. Should be baking cookies for his grandkids or some shit in Vermont, wherever the fuck they live at. Yeah, like I'm just gonna say this. I'm gonna move on to the next topic. Like, bro, like Bernie been saying this shit forever. Bernie knows. Bernie knows. I think the problem is that my conspiracy theory about why he only moved the way he moves is because the Democratic Party has a P tape on him or something. I mean, Bernie did something he shouldn't propose to, and they threatened to release that motherfucker. I don't know. I'm not saying what it is. I mean, I don't know. I'm just speculating, or like yeah. Um, you know, my thing is that 10 years ago, if Bernie is saying like this, and you're a first time listener to it, you're like, damn, I like this guy. But now you know better. You're post duopoly, and this guy supposed to be an independent, but he caucuses with the Democratic Party, which is dumb. Like, if you're independent, shouldn't you like work with the Green Party or some other party, PSL or somebody? Like, why are you still working with the Democratic Party? It just don't make any sense. Oh man, it don't make any sense. But hey, it's Bernie Sanders for you, right? He told Anderson, he's like, yeah, I'm forcing you to, Anderson. Yeah, they ain't gonna talk. They don't want to talk about it, man. Like, yeah. Like, why you think they'll talk about climate change on these platforms? Well, some of them said because they don't get no ratings, and other times because you have ExxonMobil ads on your TV, or Shell ads, or BP ads. So, yeah. All right.